The library club began because of the summer research grant, and what it is I was working on a grad school project, a research project, and I needed to figure out a way that reading can be incorporated throughout summer. And so through the grad school project I was able to research and get all of the background knowledge, and then it fit perfectly into the summer research grant that the district provides. And so then we created the library club where we can get together and read throughout the summer. It's every week throughout the summer except for July 4th. That weekend we do have off. The record number was 55, that is the most that we have had, but we've had on average 45 students show up each week. We started with 38 participants, and then as the word has grown, we've been able to get more and more participants, so that we've averaged 45 with a maximum of 55. We've hit a total of 73 students who have come into the building and checked out books and have been reading throughout the summer. I invited the entire school, so that's 460 students, minus, I guess I did not invite early childhood, so that would be minus about 60 of those. And so I didn't know how many would show up. I was hoping for 10%, and I have exceeded, well, we've been right about there, and then the week that you were here, we exceeded that goal.
The only one we have left?
We've got 3 different ways that kids are coming to Library Club. We do have some very dedicated walkers who are pounding at the doors right at 9:15 when we open up. We also have a lot of dedicated parents who will drop their kids off. We have about a third of our kids that'll get dropped off and picked up. And then we have also funded a bus through our summer school. I'm not sure exactly what grant that is, but we have funded a bus so that we can get another 16 or another third of our kids come through the bus every week. Every week when we come to Library Club, just so that we can gather everybody, we know that everybody's not going to come right at 9:30. We're very aware that they trickle in. So we always do a read aloud of some sort. And we have a theme this year of inventors or mad scientists. And so we're trying to incorporate our science part of our MST into our summer program as well. So we'll have a read aloud of some sort of inventor or science book by one of our volunteers, is always our guest reader. And then from there, students get to choose a station. And so they can go and work on the technology, where they can read on capstone books or on tumble books, which are books that just read to them so that they don't have to be able to read those books. But another station is they can choose to read to self. So we have books that have been selected that they can read in beanbags, or they can also read the books that they have selected from checkout. In beanbags, they can also read with a partner, and a lot of our kids have really enjoyed reading with a partner. And so they can get together and then they help each other out, each reading a page and trying to figure out words that way. There's also a station that they can choose where they could listen to an adult read, or they can ask an adult to listen to them read, and so that they can have that interaction between an adult and improve their reading skills. And then we sometimes had the garden club, where we will incorporate our garden, our urban garden that we have out on the playground, but weather permitting, that has not always happened. And so what happens is they come, we get it all together, and then they go and pick a station, and they have to stay at their station until I call the next group for checkout, and then that's when everybody can move around and pick a new station so that they're not just sitting in one spot for a whole hour. Yeah, I have some kids that think that 3 books is not enough. Especially my kindergarten and first grade kiddos, and the ones that have been dedicated, I've been allowing to check out a few extra ones as well, because I read through my book so quick, and then we talk about different ways that you can reread a book and how you can retell a story, or maybe read it to someone new who hasn't heard it. But yeah, we've got kids who are actually reading and really enjoying their books. We had some 4th and 5th graders who were checking out chapter books, and they were checking out 3 chapter books, and that was not enough time, and so they're bringing their books back saying, can I please, continue reading this? I haven't finished it. I need to get to the end and find out what happens with the characters. So I can definitely tell from the way that we interact throughout that they're definitely reading and having a good time with the books that they're choosing. The summer research grant only provided a salary for me and 1 assistant. And so I thought that would be plenty, that was not going to be a problem. And after that first week, it was me and an assistant, a volunteer, and me, and it was crazy. There were 40 kids, there were some parents who stayed, thank goodness, and then we were able to monitor everybody. So then I sent out the all call to an email to all staff saying, I need help. This is becoming more than what I thought it was going to. And so then we have a very gracious staff who is always willing to donate their time. And so we have 6 to 12 people who donate their time, teachers of varying grade levels so that they can interact with the different kiddos. It is going way better than I ever would have anticipated. It started as a grad school assignment, and you never see your assignments go into anything, and so it's just been fun to see it grow, and then to see kids walking hand in hand with a new friend the next week. And so you can tell that they're enjoying it just by who they're bringing the next week. And we even had one girl last week who didn't want to come because her friend wasn't there, and so we were able to coax her into it, that even though your friend's not here, you can still be coming. But it's definitely a social time for our students, and that's been fun to see them interact and see them in a summer setting instead of an academic school setting throughout the school year.